We are live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Hello, guys. We're going to talk about Logan Paul and his horrible response to CoffeeZilla's expose about him and his multi part series, kind of a documentary where he discusses the whole failure of CryptoZoo. One moment. I had to fix up
Mm,
my sound. But anyway, it's pretty interesting. We're going to be discussing about his threat of his lawsuit. We're going to play this video. We're going to react. Um, Spoiler alert: he has no lawsuit. He's just trying to bully a fucking other content creator because he doesn't
hmm
like his opinion. And you're probably gonna. Oh wait. Oh, I already cursed. We're done. The first 5 seconds I cursed, Tony. That was
uh,
it.
that's
Oh
fine.
jeez.
We're never going to get monetized. But if nobody knows what's going on, I will refer you to go to CoffeeZilla. We have played a lot of his videos on the stream, especially when it comes to
Yeah.
finances. He made a three-part kind of documentary on it, and it was really good. It was well put together.
Yeah.
And Logan Paul didn't like the documentary exposing his chaotic
Yeah.
crypto zoo, and this is Logan's response to it.
Yeah. So what pretty much happened in the documentary, to sum it up, Logan Paul was involved in a lot of what's a pump and dump scheme, like crypto schemes, where he put money in and he would take out, he would pump up the price by advertising it to his fans and selling it. So he decided to create his own cryptocurrency called CryptoZoo. The CryptoZoo one is, you know what? Maybe I should show the CryptoZoo. Let me see. The CryptoZoo idea was very simple. It is a idea whereby you have animals that you get eggs. You buy zoo tokens. You get eggs, and you base. I'll put this one. Actually, let me do that quickly. Okay, so this is CryptoZoo. Basically, this is the page. You get eggs, and you have a 55% chance of getting a common. So these little animals here are the commons, right? A 31% chance you get these little shitty animals here. You get the 12.5%, you get these guys here, the gorilla, the lion, the
They're really
elephant.
he
Well,
said
just let
he's
me, I just need to explain. And then you have this 1% and this one's 0.5.
yeah.
Now these are now what do you think? Now these are basically, you buy the tokens, and then when you buy the tokens using Ethereum or some other, I think it's just Ethereum, I'm not sure, but basically, and I'm trying to remember what other, or yeah, you would have to use Ethereum because I think it's an Ethereum chain. You would basically get these, buy these eggs, they would hatch, and you get a chance of getting these animals. And then you can basically go to hybrids. And then you can based on animals, you can mix and create. Each hybrid can be one of 6 visual possible. So these are just pictures being combined. And this looks like Adobe style, right? You think these Adobe style?
No, those are open source images that people have merged together and like a stock photos. Like he claims that that he got artists together for 6 months to make these. I promise you, I can make those in a week, and I'm not even a professional.
You sure it doesn't take you $1 million to do it?
If you want to give me $1 million to do it, I'm not gonna say no, but you'll get it
Yeah.
faster than 6 months. I promise you
Uh,
that.
yeah. So basically, eventually, you can breed. You can combine just random animals. So this is an elephant with, I guess, a panda. Uh, this is really weird, but this is the combinations you can get when you combine them. And of course, if you combine them with rare or really rare animals, you can, each egg kind of makes you money while you're holding them. You get the zoo tokens, right?
Mm.
So basically, what happens is yield. What happens? Each animal yields zoo tokens daily. Of course, the rarest they are, the most zoo they yield. So there's the zoo tokens. These are more abominations that are combined, like this gorilla here, um, that gorilla, uh, this shark creature. I think this is a cat and a panda. This one's a chicken and a pug. So just abominations. And then it says here how much zoo tokens yield each type of rarity. So for base animals, you get 121 zoo a day, 212 zoo a day for uncommon, rare is 507 a day, super rare is 1,008, and epic is about 1,510. Then the hybrids can get you more. So basically, a common hybrid gets you 145. Uncommon 339 to 1,000, depending on the uncommon. Rares 12. You get the point. You get zoo based on animals, right? So this is the rare ones, the blobfish, the daily, and the price you can buy them for like this looks like a lot of fucking zoo tokens on the bottom for these items. You can literally buy them. And basically, how you see your animals is your wallet. So basically, you would use BSC or Ethereum tokens to get it. And I heard that the Ethereum side was buggy because I think eventually he couldn't hatch eggs. So basically, he created this whole thing. Now, this was what he was saying, that it was a game that was already made. It was not a game that was already made. It was basically what happened is that a guy named Crypto King, I said Zoo, Crypto King decided to, and Eddie Abadaz basically decide, and I believe one more. Who else? Just one more. I think there was his manager, which is Levin, basically all decided to basically secretly launch these tokens and then buy them up. And of course, Eddie, the scammer, who says that he's won the Patriots team, he was like part of the Patriots winning team.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, we know that. He's saying this.
No, I'm saying you got the team wrong. It was the Eagles.
Thank you. The Eagles team. I was about to say, like, yeah, he didn't. Thank you, Tony. The Eagles team, and he's worked with the CIA or whatever on all this bullshit. He and all these guys basically decided to secretly launch the tokens, not to get in trouble with the SEC. And eventually they had some issues. They talked about market manipulation, where they would sell a certain number of tokens when it hit a certain market cap and not to drop the price, which, by the way, market manipulation is highly illegal and would be considered a pump and dump scheme, where you secretly buy the tokens and you're slowly slowly selling off the tokens to basically up the price based on other people. But eventually, Jake the Snake, or Crypto King, and Eddie decided to secretly buy the tokens before pre-launch and push the price down. And Logan Paul never paid the developers who created the script, and thus the eggs were only able to hatch from the beginning, but I think the feature was shut off because of technical issues. And the person, I think they were supposed to pay the developer $1 million, and they never paid him. So basically, this is a very summarized version of what happened, a very summarized so you get the idea. So a year and a half passes by, CoffeeZilla creates his documentary, and thus this is going to be his reply. One moment, I'm going to get the reply. Hold me a second. So I just want to give you a quick rundown on that. So one second. So that is the Crypto Zoo. Crazy, ugly things. What did you think of would you buy a token?
Hold on a second. What did you say?
Would you buy these crypto tokens?
I wouldn't buy anything crypto or NFTs or anything like that. I think it's stupid.
Yeah. So here's Logan Paul's response. We're going to stop either way. I'm probably going to be cursing a lot. So here we go.
I watched a 3-part series called Investigating Logan Paul's Biggest Scam, and like many on this platform, you have successfully used my name for views and money. While your work used to be
Isn't that kind of rich for a guy who runs a podcast and literally does other people's images for views and money, and often is the most cheapest fucking thing to say to someone who has less views than you, to basically say, well, you're only criticizing me because you want clout.
Well, that's the typical egotistical YouTuber thing to say. Well, I'm bigger than you. You're talking about me, therefore you're only using me. No, Logan, you fucked up. You fucked up, and Coffee's calling you out, and now you're being a little bitch.
Yeah, let's continue.
Partial Your addiction to clicks has clouded your judgment, and you've made very real errors with very real repercussions. Coffee, you took a shot at my reputation. So in this video
Which was
today, I'm going to
already
be
shit.
defending myself with facts, something that
Yeah, his reputation is shit, especially filming a Japanese man hung in the suicide forest and 6 other crypto pump and dump schemes that you were part of. I would say, and your various antics in various countries, I would say your reputation pretty much sucks at this point. Good luck winning. We're going to see. Good luck winning any defamation lawsuit
that you have gotten in the habit of twisting as you continue to morph from an investigator to a gossip channel. You see, CoffeeZilla tried to work with law enforcement.
I love how he says, I know we're stopping this a lot, but whatever. I love how he calls him a fucking gossip channel as like to take away the criticism that is being lobbed against him. And then he's going to use his material later on this video to make his reply to CoffeeZilla. I find that very interesting.
Enforcement in the past, but his work was described as not anchored to truth and often speculative. He is
source, motherfucker. You have no source. He does not show a source where he got this from, nor an article or anyone saying this. So he's making a baseless allegation with no actual source in the video because this video is only 7 minutes long.
a lopsided journalist with an agenda, and he's nothing more than the Keemstar of crypto and finance. But as opposed to just telling you, I'm going to show you some of the core discrepancies that I caught in CoffeeZilla's investigation. Coffee, you interviewed the developer who stole the game code, fled to Switzerland, and held it hostage for $1 million. Well, his
the guy that you hired, by the way.
name is Zach Kelling. Surely, as the internet detective that you proclaim to be, you would know that he spent time in prison for multiple felonies, one for aggravated robbery, armed robbery at a liquor store, and the other for, surprise, obstructing the legal process. I can see why you kept him anonymous.
Who will be calling Z here.
I guess.
Hi, Georgia Peach. What's up?
Hey, Georgia.
We're just going through Logan Paul's bullshit reply, and we're going to show how much he has no lawsuit. He's a complete scammer, and he's a scumbag, and I hope one day he goes to jail for 10 to 15 years or something.
Among many things, it doesn't surprise me that he lied about having 30 engineers and a $50,000 a week burn rate.
On my end, I have 30 engineers. I'm burning $50,000 a week.
Which, side note, is how this delusionist landed on the $1 million code ransom, but it turns out he only had 3 engineers. Wouldn't someone with...
So you basically hired an individual and never did a background check, and now you're angry, and now you're not going to take any blame for that. Also, you never did a background check on his criminal record. Wow, Logan, it looks like you were really shitty.
Journalistic integrity, know their credible source, had not only an agenda, but a fondness for orange jumpsuits. Or did you just hear what you wanted to hear and moved on? Because even if you're lying to yourself, Stephen, you still have to believe it. And I know what you're thinking. What type of idiot would work with an unsavory individual like Zach Kelling? I guess that's what I get for trusting the team that I relied on to vet and manage Eddie's hiring process, who has turned out to be a professional con man that I have since learned fooled billionaires, the Mormon Church, the owner of the New York Yankees, and now me.
Also, you forgot to put the part where the actual news reporter that was going to reveal Eddie's background actually called up your manager, Jeff, I believe, and he decided to basically not tell you, nor did he stop the project. Your manager is terrible. I would suggest you fire him immediately because he's a fucking moron. Honestly, I can probably pick anyone off the streets that would probably be a better manager than this fucking moron. Also, another criminal you hired. So you hired 2 criminals, and now you are getting mad at Coffee for interviewing the criminals in which you hired. You fucking moron. Tony, do you have anything in response to this so far?
I have nothing in response other than I don't think he watched the 3-part documentary. I think he watched maybe 20 minutes of the first one, and he was like, let me get the camera.
Yeah. Hi, Sleuth Bomb. Let me continue with the reply, this great reply that basically is the worst I've ever seen in my life.
Surely you knew Emilio, the gentleman who supposedly let his child invest in a cryptocurrency, was allegedly responsible for 2 rug pulls before you interviewed him. So either you missed that or you knew it and failed to let the public know. Why?
Well, you did advertise your crypto service that kids can play on your shitty podcast called Impulsive. So I'm not really shocked that these people actually tried to get their kids to buy. Also, you made it so that you would buy eggs and open up cute furry animals. I don't think 50-year-old men are interested in furry animals. Your demographic you mostly target is children because you are a professional fucking piece of shit who wants to just basically take advantage of people that haven't fully grown their frontal lobes yet. So I don't blame them. Also, you can be a scammer and also be scammed. As you pointed out yourself, since you are attempting to manipulate the market, commit wire fraud, and do a pump and dump scheme. So, Logan Paul, yes, you can be a scammer and be scammed at the same time. Case in point, yourself, fucking Logan Paul, you piece of shit.
Because it was a clear sign that he was also untrustworthy. You seemed pretty excited when the guy told you that he couldn't hatch the eggs.
Wait, you can't even hatch?
No, I'm telling you, it's just a picture.
You're kidding! You can't hatch?
You're kidding. You can't hatch.
Let's play that one more time.
Hatch?
No, I'm telling you, it's just a picture.
You're kidding! You can't hatch?
You're kidding.
This was at the point of this video where I decided, fuck it, we're going to do Logan Paul. Because this fucking psychotic piece of shit basically is making fun of a guy who lost $50,000 on your shitty piece of shit fucking, I don't even know if it's a game on, it's not even finished. It's basically a half-finished gotcha that doesn't even have any functions into it. And you're basically acting like so high and mighty. Then he shows his case in point that he tries to prove that you can open up these eggs. But they shut down that feature. It was limitedly open and it was glitchy at most. And he even says it in Coffee's video. BTM, tell us how you really feel. Yeah, I am telling you how I feel. He really feels. That is a lot of money. Yes. See, what happened is that all the investors, all the people that bought these eggs that couldn't open them, lost about $6 million. And he gets to sit there. He walks away the project and he keeps these people all fucking in limbo for a year and a half. And then he comes out when a fucking documentary about him and then decides to threaten the person reporting the news in a defamation lawsuit that is never going to fucking work. So, yes, that's my feeling so far. Tony, do you have anything to add?
No, just stop yelling. You're blowing my ears out, man. Don't yell. I know it's very passionate because people lost their money. I get it. And it sucks. And the whole situation just really is just horrible. And this is the thing. Logan doesn't really lose anything. He's not even losing his reputation.
Yeah.
You can't hatch.
You can't hatch?
Yeah, 1 second of research would prove that to be false, as you can definitely hatch eggs and even breed your animals.
Click on that.
And it says hatching and breeding on BSC previously functioned but currently disabled on the Ethereum. So if you use your Ethereum token, which if you watch the of the actual CoffeeZilla thing, he points this out that you cannot hatch them. What is the point?
You can't.
What is the point of buying these eggs if half the money, people use Ethereum to buy the things? You are buggy at best and cannot hatch. Also, this video is a year old. I looked this video up. It was a year old. I could not find any other videos on YouTube that showed CryptoZoo hatching eggs.
There was probably some, but he probably struck them.
Who knows? But that's Tony's allegations, not mine.
Yeah, this is purely our opinion for entertainment value, fair use, blah blah blah.
Go fuck yourself, Tony. Yeah, I like how we both said it at the same time. Fuck you, Logan Paul. B-Tim, tell us how you. Okay, Tony. Such a passion, he's losing his mind. Yeah, I am losing.
Because it's ridiculous. This isn't the first time that Logan has done
this. This is the seventh. The seventh. And this guy, instead of making a real reply, he spent more time advertising his shitty Prime drink.
Did you see the video I sent you?
Yeah, I saw it, and it got me even angrier.
It was released today.
Yeah. He spent more time producing an ad to sell his drink than reply to his fans, who he says he loves his fans. Because I had to watch his impulsive episode where it was, I call it the coping podcast, where he gets all his little friends to jump around him. And what really pissed me off, the one part that really pissed me off, because I know I'm going on a side tangent here. When his friend, remember the little Mike, I think it is, the rat the rat that was the rat with the big ear, in that little cartoon, basically says, when I looked into your eye, when I knew that when we were in the bathhouse in Qatar, I saw how this video was making you feel. And I'm like, what the fuck? You were in a bathhouse in Qatar? Like, how do you think that, like, what? You're in a bathhouse in Qatar and you're like, poor Logan Paul. How about poor the sick people that lost hundreds of thousands of dollars and haven't heard a word from you in a year and a half? How about that? How about the bunch of pump and dump schemes that you've been a part of? No, absolutely not. Oh, well, to poor Logan Paul, he gets to sit in a bathhouse with his friends in Qatar and fucking travel the world and enjoy himself on the dime of other people. Fuck
Yeah,
that guy.
he's not losing anything out of this, y'all. Not even his reputation. Like, he's carrying on like whatever.
Oh my god. So let's continue.
Oh, we got a duck.
And as you pointed out in your fine print, cross-hatching was available on ETH.
Yes, CryptoZoba tells me cross-chain hatching at one point worked, but was so buggy it was shut down. Yes, it was shut down. So how is that working? That is not working, you fucking moron.
One point, but you perpetuated the opposite as truth with your chest out.
Basically, nothing worked.
And by the way, Guy, almost all NFTs are just pictures.
Way to piss on the guy who actually put $50,000 in your fucking project and tell him that his item had absolutely no value. Yes, NFTs are pictures. That's why I always tell people do not buy NFTs, because it's a scam. It is not a crypto. It's not a project. It's not doing anything. It's bullshit to basically allow these fucking scammers to add value to their crypto so they can create a security and not be overseen by the SEC and say, well, it's actually doing something, so technically it's not a security. It shouldn't be under that regulation. So he sells these pictures, produces a subpar product that doesn't work, and then pisses on the guy who put $50,000 in his project and doesn't like the fact that he can't even open up his eggs. By the way, during the interview of this individual, he actually wanted to buy these eggs and open them up and enjoy the game. He didn't even care about the speculative market. So you shit on this guy who actually trusted you and actually wanted to put $50,000 into your, well, I think it was 50,000. I could be wrong, but he put a lot of money into your fucking thing. I got to look it up once just to check.
Just a picture.
And surely a real internet detective would not break criminal and civil laws in trying to get information, right? So why have you allowed the illegal recording of Jeff's phone call without his permission? And then more like an internet criminal, post it online.
And it was interesting. It was like, this is wild.
Now, although you didn't verify,
Fucking moron. He lives in a one-party consent state. I don't even know where Jeff lives. But let's say Jeff lives in California. It's a two-party consent state.
No, CoffeeZilla's name is what?
I'm just going to call him CoffeeZilla for the sake of this.
Okay, so Jeff's the manager. He lives in California.
Yeah, Jeff lives in
Coffee's in Texas.
Yes, and it's a one-party consent state. Now, there's two arguments, okay? One, okay, let's say we went with the California Supreme Court, which is another video that actually highlights this. There has to be an expectation of privacy, from state to state. A person who's covering a story and is asking for comment on a story has no expectation of privacy when talking to the manager about said story and asking, do you have a comment about it? Number two is, how the fuck is California law going to supersede Texas law? What are you going to do? He lives in Texas. California law does not supersede Texas law, just like Texas law doesn't supersede California law. So how is it illegal? And also, when you go to federal, it's not even federally illegal if either party, if one of the parties actually are in the call. It's only illegal federally if, let's say, there was like a third party that was secretly recording and wasn't part of the conversation. So you're full of shit here. You have no clue what you're talking about. I don't know who the fuck you actually consulted. You're a multimillionaire and you could have went on Google, your boss.
Mm-hmm.
verify any backgrounds, substantiate any evidence, took multiple criminals' words as truth, and broke laws used.
Yes, the multiple criminals that you've hired for your project that you did no background check, that you were in a conspiracy with to commit wire fraud in a pump and dump scheme that you were basically scammed in the middle of. So basically, it's just like the Joker movie, and I know I'm using the Joker movie, but like with the Dark Knight, where all these bank robbers basically decide to rob the bank, and then they backstab each other while they're robbing the bank. Just because you don't get the money doesn't mean you were going to commit a crime. You will be prosecuted for that. So you've committed a crime. Unfortunately, the crypto market is not regulated, so that kind of pisses me off.
Still publish the defamation. However, unlike you, the blockchain doesn't lie. So let's highlight some things that you did point out. Crypto King Jake stole $6 million. True or not, we had already removed him from the team when we realized he was a bad actor and his
A person he hired.
motives were purely financial. Conman Eddie, lead developer, stole $1.7 million. True or not, when we learned he was a bad actor as well, he was immediately removed from the team.
A person
While
you
myself
hired.
and Jeff sold
This is Jeff, the moron.
nothing and made nothing as verified through investigation and the blockchain.
Jeff, Logan's manager, to my knowledge, never sold. Neither did Logan Paul.
I repeat, Jeff and I made no money and will never make any money on Crypto Zoo. In fact, we only lost money trying to pick up the pieces. As has been the case with dozens of crypto and NFT projects, the space is unfortunately ripe for bad actors to infiltrate projects that start with even the best intentions. Jake the Snake,
Which you were involved in like 6 or 7 of those
Well,
projects.
Here's the thing. I don't care how big or small you are in the community of YouTube or how much money you got in your bank account. If you're going into any type of financial project with people, you really don't think I'm going to pay the the 52 $200 to do a background check, especially if you're a stranger to me. Like,
Well-
I can go into business with Belial right now because I've known him for years. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's fine, but these are people you didn't know.
Do we forget that Logan Paul was scammed by this very crypto king on the Pokemon cards, where he was giving a package of Pokemon cards that were all fake inside?
Well, no, see, that's the thing. He's a fucking idiot. You're a doorknob. You're a fucking doorknob, Logan Paul. And
So-
guess what? Your shitty snake oil fucking water that you fucking sell, that you're not making it energy, it sucks. Just
I don't
letting you
drink
know,
Prime.
it
Yeah,
sucks.
don't drink Prime. It's terrible. Don't drink that shit. Because it might turn you into Logan Paul.
You're spending six to $8 on sugar water. Congratulations.
Just buy Gatorade and water it down.
No, well, here's that's the thing. His new Prime is an energy drink.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's the whole, like, if you watch the video I sent you, it's all about energy. Like, it's such a stupid commercial. We're gonna have to watch it
Oh
right
God.
after this, mind
Oh
you.
God.
But it was
He's
so
no longer-
stupid.
affiliated with Crypto Zoo, and we hope the money he reappropriated was worth ruining his reputation. Conman Eddie is being investigated by a higher authority that I cannot speak on. As you can imagine, I was not cleared from legal to discuss much of this, including the legal process being undertaken and the criminal investigations going on during the fallout, but I do appreciate you calling out that rats under my nose stole the game code, millions of dollars, and left Jeff and I abandoned with no team and knives in our back.
All right, bro. Now, I'm going to explain something. When he says he's like that guy's being looked into by a higher authority, what I think happened, and this is, I think, another podcast talked about it, is I think what happened is that when the whole thing started falling apart, he probably consulted a lawyer for Logan. Because hopefully he did consult a lawyer about this. And his lawyer said, don't sell any crypto coins. They didn't say to themselves, oh, we're just nice guys, we're not going to sell the coins. No. They probably were told by a lawyer to do not sell these coins. Then they might have reported the guy to the FBI. And the FBI was like, okay, we're going to investigate it, but don't sell those coins. Don't make any statements. That's probably what happened. So basically, they keep quiet. They don't do anything. Now, you might wonder, why did he not pay them back? Why did he not pay them? Because basically, it would become a civil matter. It might be a situation where, he doesn't want to, his lawyer told him, don't pay them. That would be admitting liability. As soon as you start paying these people back, it's like admitting liability. And that's probably what happened. So this whole altruistic idea where he's like, well, I didn't sell any of the coins and I got backstabbed and all this bullshit. They took out the money quicker than you could. That's basically what happened. Your whole point, your whole plan was to bring this market cap up to $200 million. You secretly launched the coins, not letting anyone know about it, so you and your friends can buy up the coins, artificially pump up the price, and then tell your fans about how this is a cool game that's ready to play. Meanwhile, you never even paid the developer team the agreed $1 million that you agreed upon. So thus they ran to Switzerland with the code, and then the game was not completed. And instead of stopping the launch of the game or whatever you did and saying, hey, we don't have the code, the thing's not ready, or being responsible, or even just finishing the project before telling anyone about it and secretly launching it, you proceed to keep quiet about it and not say anything and go radio silent for 1.5 years. And then then basically I would say Crypto King or Jake the Snake and this Eddie guy basically used multiple different wallets to buy up coins secretly before you and then sell them immediately, crashing the market and making people lose $6 million or more, maybe $8 million, and making all these people who have normal jobs and normal careers and $50,000 to $500,000 is life-changing money. You made them all lose their money because you are an irresponsible piece of shit. I hope you go to jail, you motherfucker. You can go, Tony.
Well, this is the thing. The concept of the game that he's talking about, where all this crypto and stuff is going into what you're playing, it's it's not an original idea. There are games like that. Some are crypto, some are not crypto. It's basically a breeding simulator with animals, which you can get any of those. You can get Farmville. The concept and the coding is already there. You just have to make your own. I don't understand why he was having so many issues with the coding. Then I sit back and I go, oh, it's because he doesn't do background checks or he doesn't learn from his past mistakes.
Yeah. But Georgia Pete says he would have done better to have kept his mouth shut. He claims everyone made money but him. But I would have hid in the bushes. Yeah, you would think, or he would have been like, hey, guys, we fucked up. This is what I would have probably done if I was him. And if he did go to the FBI and talk to his lawyer, I would have been like, listen, ever since this case, we went to the FBI. There's an investigation. I couldn't say anything for 1.5 years. I'm going to fix the system. I'm glad, I'm embarrassed about this. Thank you, Coffee, for revealing about these other people. We're going to fix the situation, and then that's it. No, he does the opposite. Curious, B. Tim, did you invest by chance? Very passionate. No, I did not invest, but I get very angry when I hear a person, because what gets me angry is coming up. This guy actually threatens, and he is going through possible lawsuit of CoffeeZilla. He's threatening to sue him for defamation.
Which is never gonna. This is the thing. When it comes to Logan Paul and anybody at his tier of YouTube and his personality, like the cocky YouTuber white guy is here, he's gonna make trouble. That's his whole gimmick.
Also, he pissed me off about his whole religious thing too, because he just said.
I mean, Logan, real quick, Logan. This little cute persona that you have right now, this Logan Paul, blonde, tall, muscle, white man with all the girls, that douchebag frat mentality, in 10 years, you're going to be just a middle-aged fucking nobody. Like, stop. You keep doing this shit. You think that you're so, he's so cocky. Sometimes I'm just like, does he know that when he gets older, that this douchebag mentality, that he has this frat house kind of thing, it's not going to be cute anymore. It's not even cute now. How old is he?
He's in his early 30s.
Yeah, dude, you're fucking 30. Stop. It's just so fucking, this douchebag man. I hate that. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like that frat boy, douche boy mentality and then you mix it in with him being buku rich and he's just like thinks that he owns the world. He doesn't. He barely owns his own house.
Let's continue. We're going to get to the part where he threatens to sue him.
Back. But even after 12 months of work, you've still managed to overlook one crucial piece of information. See, even though I've said it's coming so many times, you've assumed that CryptoZoo isn't being made. Who are you to decide when the development timeline ends? I got everything stolen from me in our community, stopped promoting publicly as soon as I knew the extent of the internal issues, took all of the heat on social, and you still published a defamatory hit piece fully knowing I was innocent just so you could enrich yourself in your $10 million studio. Sharp, but deeply unethical, dangerously misleading, and illegal. I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're going to need it. And maybe we could have talked about this if you had reached out to me
Wait,
personally.
no, that's not how
Not
it
my
works.
manager,
Wait.
Jeff, who is not me, Steven. But the first time you did was on Christmas Eve after you released your series, so you could rely on false statements and unreliable people used recklessly. The subject line was third request for comment. Yeah, not quite. This will be my third time reaching out to you and your team. The first 2 times were through your manager, Jeff. The first 2 times were through your manager, Jeff. Okay, so the last time on Christmas Eve, after the fact, was to me. You have a funny way of twisting things. And I also noticed you left out that part on Twitter. Why hide that? Trust me, CryptoZoo is coming.
Okay, you can say something.
No, it just makes no fucking sense. You cannot make a video about me criticizing me. Who the fuck are you, Logan? Who the fuck are you?
No, what happened is that now his next set of criticism is that CoffeeZilla didn't contact him personally until December 24th.
Well, no, that's
Wait,
not
wait,
my,
wait,
that's not my point, though.
Yeah, I know.
That's-
But let me finish my point. And then I'm not really criticizing your point. I'm just saying about him. He basically contacted Jeff, his manager, to contact him. And he got 2 hilariously stupid statements that didn't comment anything. And then a third time on December. But on Instagram a year ago, he tried to contact him and said, I'm doing an investigation about this CryptoZoo. And he wasn't answered. He's also blocked on Twitter by Logan Paul. He's also blocked. So
Well, yeah, I mean,
he's-
but
he's-
telling a YouTuber you can't do this is just stupid. Yes, YouTube that we're even up for criticism and debate and news reporting, and everybody who's on YouTube is. And guess what, Logan? You are a personality. You're a public figure.
So,
So you're up for criticism. So CoffeeZilla was within his right.
yeah,
There's,
and also
there's
all
nothing he can do.
all his facts were factual and had evidence and source to it. Also, the fact is he contacted your manager. So what the fuck is your manager going to do? What does your manager do? Can you explain this to me?
Your manager, if you had a nice manager and a smart manager, your manager would have said, no comment and hang the fuck up, but he didn't.
Well, your manager would probably have said, hey man, this is guy who has like 2 million subs that investigates crypto scams, and he's investigating our crypto scam, and maybe we should probably give a statement, or maybe you should call him up to give your side of the story, instead of just like, I don't know what your manager Jeff does or whatever the fuck he does, but he is a terrible manager. At this point, you should fire him, but he probably has blackmail material on you, and that's probably why you haven't fired him at this point. I'm sure he knows a lot about your shady shit. And no, I would never invest in CryptoZoo. I would never, ever, 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 ever invest in CryptoZoo.
I will make damn sure of it. And honestly, it sucks that after years of personal reform, going through trials and tribulations and busting my ass to evolve into a person that I can say I'm actually proud of, you led the charge to drive and monetize a narrative telling millions of people that I'm a fraud or I tried to scam my audience. That is patently false. This video is mainly for my fans and anyone who's on the fence that I hope I can help understand a situation that is tremendously complex, but has been oversimplified for both views and clicks. And lastly, CoffeeZilla. I now know your motives with this. Clout and money, good for you, but also you're slimiest. So I'm not going to come on any of your podcasts. If you want to come on Impulsive and talk about this, that's fine. You've denied my invitation multiple times. You're still invited. It can be a one-on-one. If not, we're going to handle this ourselves while we continue to build CryptoZoo, and I'll see you in court.
Oh, by the way, you're invited to my podcast, and I'm going to sue you. Okay, you fucking moron. No, he doesn't want to go on your shitty podcast that can be edited and make him look bad. And also, now they gotta wait another year for their CryptoZoo coins to work, their CryptoZoo eggs to hatch. Like, are you fucking kidding me? The only reason why, let me tell you why he's doing this. Let me tell you why I think he's really doing the CryptoZoo and why he's going to try to bring it back. Because he's probably talking to the fucking cops. He's probably talking to some sort of attorneys general or something. And they said, listen, when we go down and we're going to charge people for fucking fraud, because you're a known figure, you're Logan Paul. I can get you and we can, I can make a name by throwing your ass in jail. We're going to probably go after your friends, but we won't go after you if you testify, but also make whole So that means either giving money back to the people that got fucked over or actually giving the service that you promised, which is CryptoZoo. And I don't know why they have to wait another year if you've been working on it for a year, because this project came out in 2021. Let that sink in. Tony, you have anything?
Yep.
2021, and they can't hatch eggs. His manager is probably stealing behind his back too, right? Well, I mean, knowing him and his management team, I wouldn't be surprised. This guy's gonna sue everyone just like TikTok lady. I hope he sues. I mean, like, there's actually people on Twitter saying, I called you a scammer. Can you sue me? Because you probably will get a lot of views and stuff like that. Let me see. Let's see Logan Paul. What did he do on the day of his big, like, his big day of his, let me see, Logan Paul Impulsive. Let me see. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so while everyone is basically, like, he makes this damn reply, and he decides, you know, and everyone's kind of pissed off at Logan Paul, he decides to create a commercial.
That's not it. That's not it. I'm the other.
He decides to create a commercial with his good friend KSI to sell these shitty drinks. Let's watch the 4 minute of him pretending to be a fucking, I don't know, a human being from front of the camera.
Is Prime Hydration.
This year, we're introducing a brand new product, Prime Energy. Prime Energy has 10 calories. Oh, that's bull.
Oh, I peeked for 1 second, then he killed me.
This sucks.
Oh, come on!
I really don't want to watch the rest of this.
No, I was about to say, let's not watch the whole thing.
This is the commercial. So while he's being confronted of scamming millions of dollars from his fans, which he says, I love my fans. I love my fans. I love every single one of them. I can take pictures with them, except for dinner. I like to eat. I don't take pictures during when I'm eating. He proceeds to make a commercial to sell a shitty drink. You do not love your fans. I'm going to tell this to every single fucking person now. Any YouTuber that says, I love my fans, they're like family. Immediately unsubscribe from them. They are fucking liars, and they think of you as simply a dollar or a few dollars. They only think of you as money, dollar bills. So do not trust this piece of shit. What else do we want to play? Oh, yeah, we're going to go through, let's see. What do you want to go through, Tony? You decide. You want to go through the...
Let's do a little back history about Logan Paul and his first big oopsie and the mental. Mind you, this was back in what, 2018?
This was like 5 years ago. 5 years ago.
So like 2018-ish.
Okay,
so mind you, it's been about 5 years or so. And this is the type of mentality that he hasn't learned from. Do you get what I'm saying?
Let's give a little background. Logan Paul was famous for being on Vine, and he would do like these short Vine episodes. It's kind of like TikTok, but without the singing.
Him and his
do
brother.
Like these, with these, they do these crazy things, and they do these little pranks. And he decided to go to Japan and throw Pokeballs at Japanese people and to disrespect shrines by dressing up as a Japanese person and all manner of fucked up racist things you can think of. So he decides with his crew to go to the Suicide Forest with a crew. Now, I can't show you the Suicide Forest, but he was very excited and happy that he found a dead body in the woods while he was filming. Now, I can only play the news report because I don't want this fucking video. Even if I show their reaction in the forest and no body, I'm pretty sure this will be fucking nuked by YouTube.
Hey, Queen.
Hi, Queen. So this guy literally had walked into a suicide forest with.
I'm catching up with the comment.
Tony B. Tim will eventually take a breath. Absolutely. Hi, Queen B. Hey, just wanted to show you some love support. Hi, Queen B. We're talking about Logan Paul and his scam. We're going through his history where he went into a forest and filmed a dead body and was happy about it and put it on YouTube to monetize it. Maybe the greatest tragedy pimp of all. And then put a suicide hotline on the bottom of it so he can make views and clicks.
About one of the most popular stars on YouTube. Outrage is growing overnight about a video Logan Paul posted overnight. It apparently shows someone who took their own life, and ABC's Adrian Banker is here with the story. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning to you too, George. You may not know that your kids are watching this guy, but with a huge impressionable audience. This year, he was ranked by Forbes magazine as one of the top entertainment influencers in the world. Major companies pay him considerable amounts of money to post eye-catching videos, but even he says his latest content was his biggest mistake. He has 15 million followers on YouTube.
I'm glad you guys get to live with me.
Where he posts a daily show targeting an audience made of teenagers and children. His influence over that group noted by companies like Pepsi and HBO, who gave him endorsement deals.
Come meet Amy and I tomorrow for the Pepsi halftime Supervine.
But this morning, Logan Paul is in some hot water after he posted a video allegedly showing the body of a person
He
who
did.
recently committed suicide.
Now imagine this. This guy literally came into the forest with a hat like this. I don't even know what that is, that hat. I think it's a Minion. I don't know.
No, it's a Toy Story hat.
Thank you. And decided to go to a place called the Suicide Forest and proceed to film. And then once filming it, brought it home, edited the video, put mysterious music on, posted it on his YouTube, because this wasn't a live stream or anything. He actually downloaded it. And then put like mysterious music and him laughing and his friends laughing at the fact that they found a dead body of a person who killed themselves. And then put at the end or the beginning, I forgot because I saw the original one, that if you feel like you want to commit suicide, here's a hotline. So this guy made an apology, and eventually, somehow, I don't know how, people started thinking he was a good guy. So this is part of, I'm just showing you that this is part of how shitty his reputation is. So he has no defamation lawsuit so far.
The video viewed over 6 million times in just 24 hours. It was part of a series Paul was hosting from Japan. He visited an area on the slopes of Mount Fuji known as the Suicide Forest, then posted the video with the title, "We found a dead body in the Japanese Suicide Forest." During the video, Paul said, "I think this definitely marks a moment in YouTube history because I'm pretty sure this has never happened to anyone."
Yes, because most people are decent human beings that don't film dead bodies for clicks and views, you fucking cocksucker.
On YouTube ever. The outrage was swift. Breaking Bad star Aaron Paul calling Logan pure trash. Game of Thrones star Sophie Turner calling him an idiot. Paul has now taken down the video and apologized, writing in a statement, "I didn't do it for views. I get views. I did it because I thought I could make a positive ripple on the internet, not cause a monsoon of negativity. I intended to raise awareness for suicide and suicide prevention." So this whole debacle is the top.
Let's read that again. I didn't do it for views. I get views. I did it because I thought I could make a positive ripple on the internet, not to cause a monsoon of negativity. I intended to raise awareness for suicide and suicide prevention. Great, fantastic. So that was what he did. And then when his reputation was repaired, he proceeded to, and when the crypto thing was going on, he proceeded to jump on the crypto bandwagon, where he jumped on many crypto bandwagons, where it was a pump and dump scheme, where he basically made money from pumping and dumping cryptos. And I think he was up to 7. What do you want to watch next, Tony? What's next?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think we should watch the video at all of it happening.
No, I'm not watching that video. Fuck that. I'm not watching that. But I think we should. We play. I think a good video we can. Let me see. Let me see. I want to look at the Logan defending himself. In fact, one moment. Accountability. There's one guy that says this is. All right, me twisting the truth. Okay, no, that don't need that. All right, blockchain. Don't. One moment. One moment. All right, we're going to play this video, and we're only going to play the part. This is actually, this YouTuber is called King of Nothing. I thought he did pretty good on the actual whole thing, and I watched the whole thing. I don't think we need to watch. I don't think we need to watch the whole thing. He does say stop the cap, so I did like that. So let me see. One moment. I'm going to put King of Nothing in the chat. here you go. I think that's King of Nothing. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that is King of Nothing. Good. So King of Nothing basically did a pretty good one, but we're gonna play this part where he talks about all the cryptos that this guy basically was involved in, because it's a lot. And you tell me if he still has a defamation lawsuit.
Hey, Ellie.
Hi, Ellie. How you doing, Ellie, the koala bear girl? She has a koala bear as a avatar.
Although you didn't verify any background,
Isn't that a black and
substantiate
white
any
dog?
evidence, took multiple
What?
Isn't that a black and white dog?
She has one on StreamYards, I think.
criminals'
Okay.
words as truth and broke laws, you still publish the defamation. However, unlike you, the blockchain doesn't lie. So let's highlight some things that you did point out. Crypto King Jake stole $6 and his not when we learned he was a bad thing and made nothing at
My knowledge never
money. And
He fucked up.
in fact, we only money on Crypto Zoo.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
In fact, we only lost money trying to pick up the pieces.
Oh, Logan, you actually lost money for the project that you started? I am so sorry to hear that. Although I'm quite confident all the victims who lost millions of dollars as a direct result of the project you founded also feel just as bad, despite the fact that the average person in the US makes as much in a year as you pay in just 1 month for rent.
$57,000 a month on rent.
Did you also lose money from rug pulling your other project, Dink Doink?
Ding doink, you're my favorite coin.
Oh, if you don't know, he pretended that he didn't create this crypto or thought of this name, and he said he just found it on the shitcoin. And then it turned out that he was working with the developer and gave the name of Dink Doink and tried to make it look like he was going to create a South Park cartoon, but really it was just so it can bring up hype for this coin. Had all his friends shill for this coin to pump up the price, and then proceed to dump it on all his fans, making his fans lose millions of dollars while and him to gain some, maybe not millions, but maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars, because there weren't that many dumb people that bought into this. And he pocketed a good amount of money. But we'll continue.
Want you to dink on my face, take a doink on my chest, yeah, yeah.
Or 99 Originals, where you made more than $2 million? Or what about this Pokemon NFT project that was most likely such a terrible rug pull that you had to delete all the tweets that you made about it and scrub the entire internet of information regarding even what the name of this project was? Or what about Ethereum Max, which was a huge sponsor for your Floyd Mayweather fight, where you were confirmed to have been paid $70,000 just to promote it, which of course turned out to be a huge scam? Or what about Liquid Marketplace, which you conveniently decided to remove from your Instagram and Twitter bio after abandoning the project? Did you also lose money from Elongate Coin?
Oh, good. Elongate made me rich. Elongate, baby. Let's go. Elongate token.
Where you're confirmed to have profited more than $110,000 for pumping and dumping that project on your own fans?
I'm sitting in the seat solely because of my fans.
Agreed.
I
Scamming
love
them.
them.
Got the cap.
Or what about
I'm going to play that again just for Koi, if she's watching.
My fans. I love them.
Got the cap.
Or what about Fuck Elon Coin, where you're confirmed to have profited more than $115,000 for yet again pumping and dumping on your own followers? He's such a truly horrific person. None, and I mean none, of the projects I just mentioned provide any sort of inherent value to the people that bought into them, aside from the fact that Logan Paul, one of the biggest influencers in the world, promoted them. There is zero utility that makes those projects worth what they were selling for when Logan promoted them, and thus the people lost millions when he sold in those projects because he owned a large portion of the coins. Also, Logan could make his $60,000 a month rent payments, which he already would have been able to pay for from the money that he makes outside of crypto. It's just that he's such a greedy and disgusting human being, he has this inherent obligation to scam his own fans, and then he wants to claim that because he didn't make money from this one project, he's innocent. Like you just said, Logan.
The blockchain doesn't lie.
It doesn't, and that's why you're such a bad person.
As has been
So I think so far the defamation lawsuit that he plans on suing CoffeeZilla is looking bad, don't you think?
he just keeps on repeating history. Isn't that the definition of insanity? Is, repeatedly doing the same thing over and over again and
Hi, Johnson.
expecting a different outcome.
Yeah. Hi, Johnson.
Hey, Johnson.
I mean, like, it's just crazy. So this guy literally committed multiple frauds in the past. He filmed a dead body of a Japanese man who killed himself in the forest and then proceeded to monetize it on YouTube. And then he's looked at as a sponsor. Oh, I forgot. He also told a Christian guy that he needs therapy because he believes in Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know how this guy is doing too well in his defamation lawsuit, but I think his reputation's pretty much fucked. So I don't think there's damages.
You would think you would think his reputation is fucked. It's not. I promise you, he's gonna be fine.
Hi, Johnson. Hi, so yeah, I think, but I'm saying, like, for his defamation, and if you don't know, this guy is going to try to sue CoffeeZilla, who is a great YouTuber, by the way, who investigates a lot of crypto and financial scams and does huge little documentaries. And this guy didn't like the fact that he reported on the pump and dump he did called Crypto Zoo. And if you don't know what Crypto Zoo is, it is because I don't know, because you all jumped in a little bit late. I don't know if you saw in the beginning. I'm going to show you a picture of the great Crypto Zoo that people actually started buying. Matter of fact, let me see. If you want to jump up, if anyone wants to jump up, just tell me if you want to jump up, by the way, in the chat. If you don't, you don't. But anyway, I'll drop the link if you do. Okay, so this is Crypto Zoo. And you could buy little zoo tokens, and you could buy these little pictures. You could buy the eggs, and then they can hatch into these rare fucking crappy animals. And then you can combine the shitty animals to look like this, these abominations from, I don't know, some sixth dimension, especially this abomination. I mean, this is like, if I saw my chicken look like that, that chicken I would have to put down, because that's an abomination. Or this is where you combine a shark and a penguin. Or this, this is where he's really prideful that he spent 6 months to pay people to draw like special photos. This is a monkey with butterfly wings and antennas. Yeah. Or how about this? This one is a cat with a panda, I think. Or I don't even know what the fuck that is, to be honest with you. Or I don't know. There's more abominations. This one is pretty bad. What's your favorite one, Tony? Which one do you like?
I do not have a favorite. I think this is all sloppy Photoshop.
Or this one, or the half monkey, half elephant with the panda body. Oh my god. Poor effing animals. Oh my god. So this is what happens. He rug pulled, like his group. Like there was 2 people and it rug pooled and cost $6 million. So yeah, on these projects. Yeah, so let me see. Let's go back.
He's such a greedy and disgusting human being. He has this.
All right, let's see this one. Crypto, bad actors in crypto. Let's see this one.
As has been the case with dozens of trade projects, we hope the money higher, including the legal process being undertaken and the criminal investigation.
All right, let me see. All right, let's go to suing.
Took all of the heat on social, and you still published a defamatory hit piece, fully knowing I was innocent, just so you could enrich yourself in your $10 million studio. Sharp, but deeply unethical, dangerously misleading, and illegal. I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're gonna need it.
Logan, if your lawyer advised you to sue CoffeeZilla based on these allegations, he's also a con man, just like you claim Eddie, the crypto king, and the developer are. You do realize if you sue Coffee and it goes to trial, there's this thing called a discovery process where you would have to consensually provide proof to a court of law that your own fans got scammed as a result of the project you founded. That's not going to be a good look for you, buddy. Also, Coffee most likely has media liability insurance, which would...
If you don't know, if you're a YouTuber, you can get media liability insurance for defamation lawsuits, and it can go up to $1 million in protection. And some YouTubers pay it. I think it's like $1,000 a month, $1,000 a year or something like that. I'm not sure. It's not too expensive to get coverage, actually. It depends on what you're doing. I don't know if I can get it because I curse too much, probably. So, anywho, I mean, usually YouTubers can get it. So, CoffeeZilla has media liability insurance up to $1 million. He has over 50 million views a month. So, and a Patreon. His Patreon doubled because of this, by the way. So I highly doubt that he would ever need money for the lawsuit. But even if he does, he could probably raise it. And yeah, so this moron decides to threaten a lawsuit of CoffeeZilla. Let me see. Yeah, all the eggs are unhatched because the system doesn't work after a year and a half. So let's continue. Let me see. He's living on a different planet. Let's first shot one.
After years of personal reform, going through trials and tribulations, and busting my ass to evolve into a person that I can say I'm actually proud of.
What?
You led the charge to drive and monetize a narrative telling millions of people that I'm a fraud or I tried to scam my audience. That is patently false.
Of course, Logan, all the other projects, which I already mentioned, don't prove that you tried to scam your fans. Again, he's only focusing on CryptoZoo here when there's a much bigger picture here than just CryptoZoo. And Logan, if you're proud of the person you are today, after everything you've done to ruin the lives of the people that support you, honestly, there's no point in even living because you're living in a completely different reality than the rest of us. That's just the fact of the matter. No parent on this planet with any sense of self-awareness would be proud of birthing someone who unnecessarily scams their own fans out of millions of dollars. And what I'm saying might be harsh, but there's no chance that my future son even thinks about doing the things that Logan has done in pursuit of monetary gain. I've said this before, but if you're homeless, I get scamming. If you're starving, totally get it.
Agreed.
But when you've already achieved massive amounts of success, when you make more in a month than entire towns in the USA do, there's just no point in scamming aside from a sense of greed that cannot even be described in words.
This video is mainly for my fans and anyone who's on the fence that I hope.
Let me see. So let me see. What's next? What shall we go into? Let's go to the lawyer who basically explains how it's a very stupid idea that he thinks he can bring a lawsuit based on Jeff, the shitty fucking manager. Let's see.
And surely,
I like this lawyer, actually. He's actually funny. Let me see. He's kind of funny when he's covering these cases. His bar is pretty low. His bar is very fucking low. It's like on the ground, literally maybe underground. This guy is a horrible person, Logan Paul. His brother's even better than him, and he's bad too. He's pretty bad too, by the way. I mean, like, this is what I get so pissed off at, is that you have YouTube that's trying to, like, demonetize people from cursing, try to kick people out for political ideas. But this guy, who literally is a wolf in sheep's clothing, who is using his platform to pull people into fucking wire fraud or alleged wire fraud and pump and dump schemes, which can be proven by the blockchain, is still allowed, and also filming dead bodies, is still a dead body, my bad, misquoted, is still allowed on this platform. Why? Because look on the fucking thing. He's the perfect person to be used for advertisements. He's fit. He looks good. You know, he says the right things. I mean, he's like one of those bullshit, like people who pretend to be a leftist, but isn't a leftist. He's like, yeah, I believe in Black Lives Matter. You know, I don't like Christianity because they don't let gay people in. It's like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? I've seen most of your videos. We know your fucking point of view, and you don't even know what. And then when you're confronted with the fact is you're an atheist. It's, no, I'm not an atheist. I'm not an atheist. I'm a spiritualist. Mr. Spiritualist, have you read any books to actually further your understanding of the wider universe? Have you read any, like, you know, let's say the Quran? Have you read the Bible? Have you read any sort of books? Maybe a Wicca book? Are you into anything? Have you read anything? Mythology? Nope. I believe in a higher power, because he's too afraid to fuck up his image to say, no, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in anything. I only believe in the almighty dollar. I only believe on taking as much money as I can from everyone in my entire life before I die, so I can basically shove it all into my grave and build an entire golden pyramid over my fucking grave. And then maybe the river around the fucking pyramid.
You are getting way too angry. Calm down. Play the video.
And the river around my pyramid is in the tears of my victims. You fucking piece of shit.
A real internet detective would not break criminal and civil laws in trying to get information, right? So why have you allowed the illegal recording of Jeff's phone call without his permission? And then more like an internet criminal, post it online.
And it was interesting. It was like, this is wild.
Now, although you didn't.
Oh, the phone call. The CoffeeZilla phone call. The internet is abuzz with Coffee giving Logan's manager a buzz and recording it. Was he over the line? Ugh, these puns, good grief. I'm Josh Stanford. I'm America's attorney. I find myself giving up to the minute coverage on the feud between Logan Paul and CoffeeZilla. Now it's time for you to lawyer up, learn the rules of the game, join our mission, join the movement here. We are on a very fast track to 10,000 subscribers, maybe even later today. Right now,
I would suggest people subscribe to this channel if you do. I think he's actually pretty entertaining. He actually puts them into, I think, did I drop? I'm just trying to make sure I dropped it because I know I'm dumb and I don't drop it. Let me see. Did I drop? Okay, yeah, I did. Okay, so I would suggest people subscribe because he actually explains the legal side of things. A little entertaining, and he's very, very, like, he has a good personality. I mean, I know, Tony, you watched him, right? You liked him?
I liked him. I subscribed.
Yeah, so I would suggest people subscribe. I mean, I think he does very good explanation of legal matters in a very interesting way, and it's not dry. You know, some lawyers are like,
he
really
doesn't
dry.
use fancy words. He's talking to you like a human who's not a lawyer.
So
do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he explains this whole one-party and two-party thing very easily. I mean, I watched a couple of videos on it, but this was probably the best explanation of it. So let's go.
you have a chance to be a part of something special. Hit the subscribe button. Now, many of you are asking, oh, whoa, where'd I go? What about these phone call recordings? Now, for those of you living under a rock, here's a very quick recap of what's going on. YouTube-based investigative reporter CoffeeZilla posted a 3-part series in which he explored the fraud and the lost millions of dollars, allegedly, of everyone who signed up for Logan Paul's Crypto Zoo game. And now Logan Paul is threatening to sue CoffeeZilla over the series of videos claiming defamation, right? Got it. Great. Now, as I already explained in another video, Logan's threatened defamation lawsuit is a loser. He had not spoken to a lawyer when he threatened to take CoffeeZilla to court, and he can't win that case. Dead. Now let's move on. What's left? What everyone wants to know is this. Would Logan Paul have some kind of a legitimate case against CoffeeZilla because Coffee recorded this phone call, a phone call without permission? Now, during the investigation of Logan Paul, CoffeeZilla called Logan Paul's manager, Jeff, and recorded the phone call with him. Logan Paul is now claiming that the phone call was illegally recorded and illegally posted. And he is under the impression that CoffeeZilla broke California Penal Code 632, which defines the crime of eavesdropping using a recording device to listen in on another person's confidential communication. California is a two-party consent state, but CoffeeZilla resides in Texas. Now, most of you already know that in the U.S., there are two types of states, single-party consent states and two-party consent states. A two-party state is a state in which a party to a phone call cannot record the phone call without letting the other party know. The person recording knows that they're recording. They need the consent of the other party. And that's two parties. A one-party recording state is simpler. If you are a party to a phone call, you can record it. You give yourself the consent. Now, let's assume, just for the sake of argument, that Coffee didn't tell manager Jeff that he was recording the call. We don't know that's true, but Logan says that it's so. Wait, Logan said, is it? So that means it's not true? Whatever. Let's just assume Coffee secretly recorded the phone call. So what? Well, I'm going to go through the four reasons why it just doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Number one, Coffee called Jeff from Texas. Texas is a one-party consent state. Coffee is simply not bound to comply with California while he's in Texas any more than you're obliged to follow the California speed limit when you're driving in Georgia. Number two, Coffee did not call Logan. He called Jeff. Logan cannot sue Coffee on Jeff's behalf. He doesn't have standing to bring the lawsuit. Now, standing is the legal status inferred by the court system on someone to enforce a...
So what do you think of that so far, Tony?
It's legit.
You mean, that's the thing. It's like, this guy is like, I don't know what this lawyer he's hired, Logan, that told him that this is like an appropriate like step to put in this video, saying, well, I live in a 2-party state and you called for a 1-party state, but we're going to use California rules. That's ridiculous.
That's not how it works. How it works is whoever called, if Jeff called coffee, then he would need permission. I think that's how it works, or what it was explained to me.
Yeah.
But no. Texas called California, therefore by it, and the thing is too, it's not our fault that his manager is a fucking idiot. He could have hung up at any time, but no, he continued to feed into it, and he knew he was being recorded. If not, then you need a new manager, man. Like, you're an idiot.
You know what? I mean, like, let's go to the actual famous Jeff Coffeezilla. Let's go there. Let's listen to Jeff, how brilliantly he handled this conversation. Let's go. One moment. I think it was in the first one. Let me see. We got to go to Jeff. Jeff the genius. One moment. I'll have to find it. A lot of clicking's going to be happening. Okay, here you go. Okay, I found it. Okay, so Jeff, he decides to call up Jeff the genius. Jeff, the greatest manager that has ever you can ever imagine. You know, the type of guy that will make you millions, right?
Jeff's going to be fired soon.
Jeff should be fired soon. Jeff is an idiot. Okay, so he decides to call up Jeff, right? Let's see. We're going to get to Jeff soon. Okay, this is Zeta developer. We're finding Jeff. Okay, this is Jeff. All right, this is Jeff. We're going to listen to Jeff's fantastic phone call in which he, is angry that he's recorded. And we're going to see how big of a fucking moron he is.
It's what we need to settle this whole thing. So I gave him a call.
Hello?
Hey, Jeff. Hey, sorry to bother you. This is Steven with CoffeeZilla. I'm calling because I've heard reports that CryptoZoo hasn't paid their development team, and I'm just reaching out for comment before I do this story. I got your number from one of the development team, and I just want to follow up on that.
I have no comment for it.
Okay, are you guys denying it? Or are you saying it's not true?
Just no comment. I don't think that the information is true.
Okay, because they're saying $1 million hasn't been paid in development for CryptoZoo, and Logan Paul said publicly that it has been paid.
See, he could have hung up right then.
Yes. Or he could have had a written statement for the situation and read it off and say, this is my statement, guys, and then hung up. Let's continue.
So, I mean, it's pretty serious accusation, and obviously, I don't want to just run a story. If you guys have a whole side to your story here,
Your job as someone that is reporting news is to actually verify correct news.
Right? That's why I'm calling you.
I know, and that's legal grounds for that stuff. So I'm just telling you, legally, you have to report correct news with verifiable information.
Right. That's why I'm calling you. They've given me a lot of things, a lot of evidence.
Okay. Well, okay. You can have the evidence you want, but I'm just letting you know, if you report anything on us, I appreciate your business. I appreciate you as a person. And I'm just telling you, from a legal standpoint, as we've been advised always, is if anybody reports fake news, that's where we won't,
Yeah, this call was a mess. Jeff, Logan's manager, seems to be implying that I'm not allowed to repeat allegations his own development team made, even though Logan can go on podcasts and publicly accuse those developers of stealing his code. Not only that, he's the one who refuses to provide any evidence, but seems to sort of be implying that maybe we'll sue you if you tell this to anyone, which he then denies doing when I ask him if that's what he's doing.
Told you I have no comment to it. Telling you once again, from a legal standpoint, you have to report truth. If you do not verify truth, then you're just allegations, and those then will be handled the way that we want to handle it.
Wait, so you're saying you refuse to give me proof that the allegations aren't true, but if I report on the allegations, you guys might sue.
No, I did not say that. I did not say that.
I'm trying to read between the lines.
Don't read between the lines.
Okay.
Listen to the exact words that I'm saying.
Okay.
Listen to the exact words I'm saying.
I'm listening.
I have no comment on the situation.
Okay.
Your job legally is to report facts. If you don't report facts on the information you're given, it is illegal.
Yes, that was a real conversation with a real person. Now, I'm no lawyer.
Yes, that was a real conversation with a real person. A person's an idiot. Listening to this guy is going to make me take up another bad habit. Yeah, the guy is an idiot. So Jeff, let me see. What should we play? Should we play the we should play the coping stream, the impulsive coping stream. Let's watch. So he has a podcast. Logan Paul has a podcast called Impulsive, and this is one he created with his. Yeah, let's play that. We can play the whole Christian thing where he basically says you need therapy for Christianity and tries to get. So he talks about
what does that have to do with?
It just goes to his defamation claim where he basically claims his reputation is ruined by CoffeeZilla. But we don't have to play it. Maybe we don't do it. Probably save time.
No, I just don't know what I just don't know what it has to do with the whole crypto thing. I mean, anybody can make a comment about what other people believe in. You get what I'm saying?
He was saying it towards his friend, and he was insulting his friend on a live podcast.
Well, we already know he's a douchebag. We made that very clear.
I think you could.
So he doesn't really care about his friends. My opinion
is
he does not care.
So let's go to the coping stream. I'm going to call it. We're going to have to stop it a lot because I doubt Logan Paul likes us or anyone that comments against him. So okay, so this is him during the impulsive one. We're looking at. Let's see. Let's play it. I think it's. All right, let's play it a little bit.
He is entertaining and he's a very good storyteller. I mean, essentially, if you're making content on YouTube, I assume it's to get views and to get people watching your stuff. I get what he's doing. If you put my name in the title and you label it Logan Paul scam, you're going to get more views. The problem with it is that is not true. And I've made tweets here and there.
Are you biting yourself? Hold on, pause it.
The cat doesn't like Logan Paul, and he's trying to stop you.
She's right here. Come here, Kadita. What were you doing?
The cat is angry. The cat is angry as much as me with Logan Paul.
She was playing. I was watching her, and she's playing with her tail at my feet. And I'm watching her. Did you bite your tail too hard, stupid? You can't do that. You're all upset. Come here. Don't bite your tail, stupid. Did you hear that? She was pissed. They do that sometimes. Bubba does that all the time. Bites his fucking tail. And I looked because I think that they're fighting. They're not. They're fighting with themselves.
Jeez Louise, Tony. Jeez Louise.
Oh, stupid. Come here, baby.
Look at this. They have all the Prime stuff there. Like, imagine you have to, oh, God.
I'm going to give some context with the back and forth that I've had with CoffeeZilla. So here's some receipts. Again, just for context. His name's Steven. The first time he reached out to me was on Christmas Eve after he released.
Way to go to just dox the guy's name on your fucking podcast. That's great. Fantastic. You fucking piece of shit.
Series. He sent a misleading email as highlighted in my statement. He invited me on his show to come talk about CryptoZoo.
He invited you on your show to do a live stream so you don't edit out the video. And also he said that the money and the proceeds can go to the victims, but you decided not to. You said that you were going to sue him and you want him to go on your podcast for some fucking odd reason. I think if I was going to be sued by someone, I would not go on their podcast. But anyway.
I chose not to do that because it is now clear to me that he's milking this. Again, why would he not? This is big for him. He caught a lot of traction. He gained 500,000 subscribers.
He gained 800,000 subscribers, actually. Get the numbers right.
But he was already big before you, Logan.
Patreon,
so.
But I am not interested in.
Yeah, he literally did 3 interviews with Sam Bankman and actually was on like news, like real news about it. And he also put another scammer in jail. So he's known for putting scammers in jail, you piece of shit. Maybe you should actually do research. But
feeding into that anymore, so we'll be answering the questions that hopefully he was going to ask me and that you're going to
so the rat man here, this is the rat, he's going to pretend to be the adversary.
That's Mike.
Mike the rat, I'm going to call him. Mike the rat is going to pretend, this is the guy who was in the bath, what is the fucking steam bath or whatever in Qatar while they were basically using the money and proceeds. Some of the money and proceeds. I don't know where the money and proceeds gone, but if you count them all together, it's probably $6 million with all those other crypto pump and dumps he was involved in.
Asked me today on this podcast. I invited him on Impulsive multiple times, and he has not responded. My email to him on December 27th.
It says, third request for comment, CoffeeZilla, X CryptoZoo. Hey, Steven, I saw your tweet. Since this entire narrative has unfolded on your platform, I can't imagine your mind having this discussion with me on mine. Of course, we wouldn't monetize. This episode of Impulsive is scheduled for January 2nd, in LA. We can consider a neutral location if you respond to this email by the weekend. Okay, let's just skip this bullshit. Let's continue.
Respond to me. So I tweeted that saying I hadn't heard back, so I'd be releasing a statement. And then he sent me an email after I called him out and a text, which I thought was weird, like a cold text. Hey, Logan, recently got your number. This is CoffeeZilla. I'm forwarding the same message I sent to your email here as well. Hey, Logan, I saw your tweet saying I haven't responded, but that isn't accurate. I asked you for a comment multiple times over the course of a year. You refused. I invited you on my platform. You refused. You invited me on Impulsive. I refused. We're unfortunately at an impasse, so let me try to get us unstuck here because I think people deserve to hear from both of us. I'd like to offer you a co-live streamed interview about CryptoZoo to respond on tomorrow at 10 a.m. PST, so no one has to travel on the holidays. So there's no editing and just us talking one-on-one. This is the most fair and neutral way to do this. I will send you a video link if you agree. Here was my response. I sent.
Does that sound reasonable to you, Tony? Do you think they would do that? Like you would do a video, like you wouldn't want to travel on a plane to LA on Christmas, right?
I think he's making it sound worse than what it is. I don't find anything wrong with that.
No, Jones, and he has not been taken down. Actually, he is being advertised by YouTube and continues to fuck people over. He has his main channel has 19 million subs. His Impulsive channel, let's see his Impulsive channel. He also has his own drink brand that he created, and he sells his shitty sugar water drink. So he's worth $45 million, maybe more based on the drink. And his Impulsive podcast has about $4.39 million. So no, he hasn't been taken down. YouTube continues to keep this guy up for his multiple fraudulent, fucked up things he's done. And it's really great that YouTube allows like these fraudsters to continue on their platform. It's really great, so they can take in more fans, so they can put more people in risk of losing their life savings to this guy, so he can go to a bathhouse in Qatar with his rap friend Mike.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that's the situation.
And him an email after I posted my statement. Hey, Steven, just wanted to put my response to your scam allegations on your radar, link below. Even though you broke laws, hardly substantiated your evidence, fabricated dangerous...
Hardly substantiated your evidence. He literally created 3 videos. It's 2 hours long almost of evidence, of personal text, of communications, of basically wire fraud you were planning on committing, but you got scammed before you can actually commit the wire fraud. That's what probably happened. That's what happened. It shows a communication in manipulating a crypto market. If this was the stock market, you would have went to jail. But unfortunately, this is not the stock market, and the SEC is not in the crypto sphere, unfortunately. He shows this. He did not break any laws, because that's like me speeding in, like, there's different laws in different states. And you can't be thrown in jail for laws in California when you are in another state and live in another state and reside in another state. So your statements are full of shit so far, Logan. Anyway.
Seriously misleading falsehoods and wrongfully accuse me of scamming my fans. I'd still love to host you on Impulsive, again, unmonetized. It can even be one-on-one. Sorry, boys. I'm interested in talking about your workflow, creative process, and of course, CryptoZoo. I did get your email 2 days ago.
Is this for real?
Mm-hmm.
Did he just say he was like going to do an interview of him?
Yeah,
A workflow and creative process, and of course CryptoZoo. Of course CryptoZoo. What the fuck? Why would you do an interview of CoffeeZilla on your show when you're really angry that he defamed you and you plan on suing him?
Because he's in control. That's the thing, and this happens to all streamers, even the little ones. If you have a beef with somebody else, you want them on your show, not because you're in control of your show. If you go on their show, then you're losing. It's like it's some weird YouTube sign of submission. Like, it's really stupid. Like, I wouldn't care where I would go. I'm just happy I was invited. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I could get the truth out. I can tell my side of the story. I don't care which platform I'm on. He already said it wasn't going to be monetized. He already said he wasn't going to make money off of it. They can sit and talk. He's only it's a power thing. It's an ego thing. But everybody does that on YouTube. Everybody. You want to be on their panel, but you're not, or your panel, but you don't want to be on theirs.
Also, it's an edited podcast. It's not live stream, so he can edit it out and make himself look good and make Coffee look bad.
Or he could have, or Coffee could go bring his own team with him, they can record it as well. And if Logan Paul does any of that shady shit, you have another 3-part documentary, my friend.
Yeah, we'll see. He would not do that. And also another thing is, knowing Logan Paul, because he's a piece of shit, he would probably serve him when he came over to the podcast and then film it and say, "Oh, look, I served him, guys. I served them. You fucking piece of shit." Oh, by the way, to serve someone, it's going to cost you $3,000, and he's probably going to have to spend about $50,000 to $150,000 or more on this lawsuit, which he's going to lose because Texas law has something called an anti-slap motion, which basically means if you're trying to sue someone for criticism or the news, it can be dismissed, and you will have to pay all the legal fees for that person. And Texas is really good with their anti-slap laws.
Well, here's the thing: Logan Paul's net worth is $45 million.
Yeah, but he's going to be paying either way. He's going to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars if he brings this lawsuit, and even look worse. So.
Oh, after I called out your failure to respond.
And also, he's a greedy piece of shit that even losing $1, it would be like he lose sleep just losing $1. So.
Oh, it even shows me CoffeeZilla's net worth.
Yeah.
Mind you, these are all summaries. These are not. His net worth is 1.3 million, so it's basically bullying.
Oh yeah, but that's what I mean. He does not have the ability to. He has the ability to fight for himself, and he also has.
I would donate insurance to fucking coffee.
Oh yeah, everyone would donate to coffee. That's what the thing is. He would probably have a $2 million legal defense fund if that was the case. If he didn't have media liability insurance, which gives you a good lawyer, by the way, a very good lawyer, and $1 million as a defense fund.
The live stream invitation, and you said, "I asked you for comment multiple times over the course of a year. You refused. Any proof of that, or is this another lie? I searched my emails and didn't see any outreach from you until Christmas Eve 2022. You scrubbed the blockchain for a living and somehow managed to text my personal phone number yesterday. I can't imagine you didn't know / have my professional email. I do agree people deserve to hear from both of us, but truthfully, now that your motives are clear, I don't feel like feeding into your hunger for clout on your platforms. You've profited off of and gained money from me. I've said everything I needed to say. The rest will be handled legally and on Impulsive with or without you while we continue to build CryptoZoo. The holidays are over, so I look forward to hearing back in a timely fashion this time. My January schedule is packed. Best logs."
I want to hear you in a timely fashion. Who the fuck are you, Logan? You fucking dickweed. I want to hear from you in a timely fashion. No, I would have read that email and made you wait too.
He texted you on Instagram in 2021. Then when you didn't respond, and also you haven't blocked on another platform because he commented about your shitty Dink Doink coin that you pumped and dumped on your fans. Then he contacted your manager, Jeff, twice, and we listened to that one of those embarrassing calls. And then on the 24th, he basically tried to talk to you again, and you proceeded not to respond.
Liability insurance could be like $1,000 a year or something.
Yes, it could be $1,000. It could be smaller, but it's not that expensive. Actually,
yeah. You
can look up media liability. A lot of YouTubers have that just in case of when they get sued for defamation, they can avoid paying the legal fees. But you can actually look that up. They have some plans for $40 a month or something. Like $100,000 or something like that.
I do think if you're a reaction channel or something like that, or along the lines, you should probably look into it. Especially if you get big enough, you're gonna want to protect your assets and stuff, and still have your show.
Yeah. So CoffeeZilla has media liability insurance up to $1 million. You can look it up, and it's basically it says annually. So that's what he has. So I would suggest a lot of YouTubers, if you have a lot of subs and a lot of views, I would suggest you pay a little extra for media liability insurance. So a dickhead like Logan doesn't steal all your money or try to waste all your money in legal fees. Because this is what it is. 99% of threats of lawsuits is purely to bully. Usually a rich person says that to bully the shit out of you because they want you to just kind of bend over. I don't think it's going to work. It's not working. Actually, people are calling him a scammer on Twitter and said, "Sue me, bro," because they don't care. They really don't care. I think Ethan, which is the first time I've actually liked Ethan Klein in a very long time, when he called him a scammer on Twitter and said, "Now sue me, bro." It's a rare W for Ethan Klein. Dunking on fucking Logan Paul.
Why did you sign off as logs, by the way? There was a lot of shit for that.
I saw that.
Maybe,
I think it's easy to pick apart anything I do.
And people are, for sure. It's been happening.
That's my sign off. I've been signing off like that since high school.
Like
my nickname,
like
everyone calls me
floating
Logs.
Really great question, fucking Rat Michael. Why did you sign off as logs? Okay. Fucking rat.
My name's Logan. My nickname is Log.
Listen, I said I'm going to play the other side.
Oh, that's him being that's him being tough. Tony, you think he crossed the line with that question? Why do you sign off on your nickname Logs?
He's gonna have some stupid excuse.
Besides asking why logs. Can we, besides all the correspondence, that's a lot of correspondence.
That's where we left off. And I do think it's important because, and if you watch my video, hopefully you're seeing this. The guy is good. He is a very good storyteller, and he is very, very manipulative. And he's good. He's built an entire career off it. Sometimes he's more impartial than not. I think he probably has an inherent bias against me, which is reflective in his work and in his piece, which unfortunately has repercussions. If you are perpetuating falsehood and it's affecting someone's business.
Logan Paul, please sue. I actually hope he actually goes through with the lawsuit and live streams it so we can all watch it and then laugh at him when he gets thrown out of court. Maybe we can read the answer, the complaint.
Well, the thing is, though, even if it's bad news, like, Logan is smart enough to know, even bad publicity is good publicity, so therefore he probably will, and play this victim mentality.
Yeah, you should definitely invest. If you're actually doing the news, you should definitely look into media liability insurance, just in case you might fuck up on a story.
Yeah.
And you might get sued by someone. So definitely look it up. Like from the SEC, yes, he should go to jail for that because he was manipulating. Like, the guy has text, like CoffeeZilla's video has text of them discussing about how they are planning on to secretly launch. They don't want to get in trouble with the SEC by like doing some other means. I gotta watch the part of the video, but they want to secretly launch the coins, right? Not tell anyone that they created these coins, have their friends and family buy up the coins, and then tell everyone that they exist so their fans can buy up and then artificially slowly sell the coins. That is a pump and dump. That is clearly a pump and dump. And you can tell, like he says, like it's supposed to be a game. If it's a game and your whole motivation is to make money from the sale of the eggs or basically the creation of the game, then you wouldn't be focused on the coins. You wouldn't be focused on buying up the coins so you could slowly sell off the coins. Your profit motive would have been focused more on the eggs and people buying the eggs and creating new, interest, like funny little, images for people to buy so they can collect. But his whole profit motive was to pump up the price to $200 million. But what happened is Jake the Snake, or Crypto King, or the crypto scammer, and Eddie, who is a pretend fraudster, who pretends to be multiple things, bought the coins secretly and then dumped them before they dumped them and tanked the market cap on not only Logan Paul, but also all the other people that bought in, who they trusted Logan Paul to go to, that this would be a good product for them to invest in. Which, by the way, I'm not completely pushing blame off of those people. I mean, obviously, any YouTuber that says buy my crypto coin, probably you shouldn't buy their crypto coin. But yeah, but my guess is that this guy is probably working with the FBI or someone, so he could save his own ass. My guess.
Business and reputation, and it's affecting the wrong person's business and reputation. That person may take action.
So let's right off the bat, as early as possible here, talk about the two definitions and the two things that are at play. One of them being a scam, the other one being defamation, which can be libel or slander. So if someone scams a person or an organization, they deceive them in order to get something valuable for them, especially money. That is the definition of scam. So my first question, and this question was answered in his series, it was a 5-second blip that was a part of
yeah, so he's going to go into details of saying how I didn't make any money for committing fraud. You had a conspiracy to commit fraud with your friends in open text. You had a conspiracy. The only problem is that they beat you to the punch. They basically did the scam before you could do the scam. You backstabbed each other. I mean, that's just like the Joker thing. Are you still going to be convicted of bank robbery if let's say you don't have the money, but you actually participated in the bank robbery, you used your reputation and your notoriety of people to say, hey, this is Logan Paul, to tell people to buy this coin. You didn't have the product created yet. The product was faulty and did not work. You waited a year and a half to make one comment. And the only reason why you made that comment is because of CoffeeZilla. And your whole idea of the profit was to basically manipulate the market, which, by the way, is illegal, to manipulate a crypto market so you can sell the coins. So, yes, that would be a scam. You weren't creating a fun game. You weren't making a game where people can hatch animals and then combine them so they can get collectible images. Your main prerogative was to pump up the market cap of your coins so you can slowly sell them and pocket the money and walk away, doing another pump and dump scheme.
But here's the thing, too. The concept of this type of game is interesting. It is. And that's probably what grabbed a lot of people. The issue is it didn't work and you manipulated the system, and now you're running with your tail between your legs screaming you're going to sue people. It's not looking good, man.
Yeah. So now this Mike the Rat is going to ask fucking Logan Paul, the douchebag, some questions.
Zoo as a project, how much money did you make?
Yeah, this seems to be the biggest misconception, and it is
No, it's not a big misconception. He actually told you that you didn't sell any coins. So no, he actually told them.
disappointing that part was glossed over
It wasn't glossed over. Actually, it was about 5 minutes of him discussing it.
so quickly. Made no money off CryptoZoo. Never sold the token. Jeff never sold the token. Only lost money trying to make things right, along with everyone else in the project.
Then why did you not pay the developers the money to finish the project? Why did you not hire another people to commit and finish the project? Why did you only make two? Why did you not say anything in your Discord for a year and a half and not tell anyone what's going on with the project? Why was the only 2 words you said on your Discord, yo, and I think I'm smashed or something, some word about like I'm not.
It was like I'm not sober right now.
I'm not sober right now.
Yeah.
That was your 2 words. Imagine if I invested money into you, into your brand, and those were the 2 words. I would be pissed off. I would immediately begin to sue you if I saw that.
But no money was made. No tokens were sold. And CoffeeZilla even said that in his series. So to answer your question, yeah, no money was made by Jeff or I.
And just back to the flip side really quick. To me, once I heard that seemed just like a kill shot to this entire thing.
Now I'll play the other side.
Sure, and I know
that was a kill shot. You used your reputation, and you never did background checks. You brought a bunch of scammers together to try to make money from scamming your fans. You piece of shit.
I'm gonna say there's a ton more. It's very complex. There's a lot of
No. I empathize. I totally see why people are frustrated. I'm fucking frustrated. I've been frustrated for over a year. So I'll let you keep going. And again, while we make
it is really like he's going to be really sad in his bathhouse in Qatar.
made no money on the project, which I think kills the scam narrative immediately. There is more explaining to do.
What was your intent with CryptoZoo as a project?
I really thought it was going to be the next big thing. It was my first foray into creating a project on the blockchain.
Actually, I think that was your 4th, actually. But anywho, lying is
my
lying.
intent was to make the next Pokemon, essentially.
You did try, and you scrubbed it, and people got really big rug pulled on that project. And you did something to hide it because you fucked enough people over.
Blockchain. It was purely good. I put 7 months of my time, energy, effort, all of it into this project. And when shit hit the fan, it was devastating. It was heartbreaking.
Okay, so we're gonna analyze his work. He hired a team to just grab like stock image, did shitty combining of them, and then got a team of grifters together that were so untrustworthy that they gripped each other like some sort of like Spider-Man pointing at each other saying that they're the clones. And he secretly launched the coins and bought them up. I don't know how that equates to 7 months worth of work, that probably would take maybe 2 weeks with most people. If you really wanted to.
There's 13-year-olds right now that are scripting video games and putting them on Steam and shit like this.
Yeah.
Like, it makes no fucking sense. They fucking download the Real Engine, and they're like, literally, kid you not, there's like 13, 14-year-olds making these detailed video games.
Yeah,
and
and I
selling
agree.
them on Steam for like $5.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ellie and Georgia Peach. It is scummy and unscrupulous. It's really disgusting that this guy is actually continuously be on YouTube.
I
mean, this guy might be like. I definitely think this guy's way worse than Betty.
It's
way
YouTube's-
worse.
It's YouTube. This is YouTube's child, though.
Yeah.
Like, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. I promise you, this is just another layer of him. I promise you, next year there's going to be something else.
Yeah, he's way worse than Betty.
YouTube will never get rid of him.
Yeah.
Acted with malintention. I mean, again, like what?
We have text of you acting in malintention. It's in the documentary where you you were talking and figuring out how to manipulate the market and slowly do a rug pull on your fans. So yes, you did.
What was the intent to make money? I mean, I
Yes.
guess maybe eventually, like if you're running a business, I'd assume any.
Yes, you wanted to make $100 million actually,
Wasn't there like a text message of, why are all these things bought up? Only the 5 of us knew about it. Da 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 da.
Yeah, that was the crypto king using his secret wallets to buy up the cryptos.
No,
And-
but Logan said.
Yeah, that's what happened. What happened
Yeah.
was they secretly launched it, and Crypto King, or Jake the Snake as he calls him, bought up the had 20 or 50 different wallets, secretly buy up the coins and sell them to fuck over Logan to pocket, and basically drop the market cap from 140 million to 40 million, because the market cap in crypto is based upon supply and demand. And if there's a lot of supply, the price drops. If there's not a lot of supply, the price goes up. And that was their plan. Their plan was to buy up a large stake of the crypto coins secretly, sit back, let their fans start buying the coins, and then slowly, when the market cap hits 140 to $200 million, to sell a certain percentage of it every single day, and then slowly dump all their coins so they can pocket all the money.
Mm.
Does that sound like they were planning on making money based upon egg hatching? No.
Intent is to make money off of it, but like, did we ever capitalize financially off of this? Absolutely fucking not.
Yes,
People that
because you're
aren't aware,
incompetent.
Describe the dynamic between the token and the game.
Okay. So the idea was this. Yeah, maybe I should give some context to what the game is. So you buy these eggs on the blockchain, and you
Yes.
can hatch them into what are called base animals.
Yes.
I think there were like 14 or 15 of them, and then you can breed your base animals with each other to create fun-looking viral hybrid offspring that have a rarity scale. If you hatch a rare animal and you breed it with another rare animal, and it yields a rare hybrid animal, that animal then yields and collects a token the longer you hold it. Then when you release it into the wild, you accrue your yield. Does that make sense?
So basically what he's saying is that eventually, for you to collect the tokens that you would gain every day, you would have to kill your animal, and then you would get the tokens, and you can actually use your tokens to buy more eggs or to trade them in for money, which I'm sure that was going to be the case.
Because that was the concept. And it was based off the idea that people could create these fun animals that didn't exist. And this was another part of cryptos that got ripped apart. People seem to really discount the art, which
we saw the art. Can we all agree the art sucked? Can we all agree the art sucked?
Yeah.
Like, it really did suck. I mean, like, it was like Gary V levels of sucking. And Gary V literally at least hand drew his art. By the way, Gary V sold an NFT too of his drawings, by the way. Yeah.
I felt truthfully wasn't fair.
I was kind of in the middle on that one. It was very.
Do you know how?
Okay,
Do you
it was
know how
very
hard
basic.
It is?
Yes, I
Do you
know.
know how hard it is.
Let me.
This is what happens when you have a bunch of yes men, and the yes men's like, yeah, man, it fucking sucked. You literally put butterfly wings on a monkey, and you minimized it on a flower. Like, literally, a 10-year-old could probably have done that.
Merge animals that do exist into an animal that doesn't exist and make it look like a real animal.
I'm gonna ask
like
you-
I'll just say it right now, bro.
Does any of the animals look like real animals to you, Tony? Like, do any of them think that they can actually survive in the wild?
No, there's no logic behind it, obviously. But the concept is like, oh, okay, cool. It's kind of like fucking Pokemon, but you're investing your life savings into it.
That's worse than Pokemon.
It's like breeding. It's like breeding Pokemon and investing your money into it. But the only thing is that you have it's Logan Paul running it, so you're probably gonna lose your money.
It's worse than that, bro. It's like horrible.
If you take an animal from CryptoZoo and like a fucking picture of a monkey wearing a hat and go ask like someone on the street, like, hey, which of these is more captivating to you? Something tells me the animal that doesn't exist that looks like a real hybrid animal is probably going to win.
Even if someone out there is skeptical or hesitant to call it some sort of insane artistic expression, they at least probably have to agree that it falls within industry, like in the area.
Oh, by the way, the thing eventually broke and they couldn't hatch eggs, so I don't even know why they're on this point. But
like, dude, like,
how dare you?
I'm just saying, bro.
Fucking insult V friends
or doodles or whatever. I mean, whatever project you want to bring.
That one I felt wasn't quite fair. I'll listen to them, but like, man, if you were to interview and ask my artist what they thought of people just ripping,
I would love to interview your artists. I would love to know where they got this product from, because they probably looked at you and says, man, this is a sucker born every day, and they probably just got Adobe stock footage and they combined it together.
Oh, they did. Yeah, you can find those exact photos. There was a YouTube video that you can. Those are not creatively made photos. Like, I could understand with the same concept of making your own artwork, but all they did is take open source, royalty free pictures and just mash them together and just, I mean, like, edited them.
And you could have just.
I can fucking do it.
I mean, you could have went on Fiverr and probably bought art, like way better art. You're a multi-millionaire, Logan. You're worth $45 million. You couldn't spend like 20 grand on getting actual legitimate drawn art. I don't know.
And by the way, it is hilarious and has a bunch of likes and people commenting on it. But the moment that I say it's something that I'm doing, it doesn't work in that context.
I think it was shined in a bad light. I think if it didn't have the negative outline on it, people wouldn't.
No. That was the first critique that happened.
I actually have I want to ask you something. Again, I'm just throwing out other people's point of views. I'm not trying to stick a.
You haven't pointed out anything.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stick it into you. When I'm looking at this from my point of view, bro, I think you guys are kind of like, you're seeing it from your guys' point of view, which is obvious because it's your point of view, and you are not a scammer. You don't hurt people. You don't do these type of things. So it's gonna.
Objection. We've just highlighted 7 fucking scams this guy was involved in, like, or maybe 5 or 6. I don't know. There were so many scams that went through. It was pretty tough to see.
Affect your heart because you didn't do that, and for the world to look at you in that type of way, it's very drowning. It feels like you can't breathe because people are already painting you out to be something you're not. We'll put a pin in that. Over here are people that root for you, that look at you like somebody they want to be like, they want to achieve.
I don't want to be him.
So when they invested in your project, and they're remember, they don't have our lifestyle, so they're working paycheck to paycheck. So when they go, fuck yeah, Logan's involved in this, I know it's going to win because I've watched this guy win, and I want to be like this fucking guy. So I'm going to invest my hard-earned money. From their point of view, I get your guys' point of view because you're dealing with a legal team, you're dealing with all the people that did you wrong. But from their stance, they go, how dare you go and open up 2 other projects when I just wasted my hard-earned money on something that I believed you would do. So this is a point of view that they don't care what you feel like and what CoffeeZilla feels like. They want to demand answers for their own money.
100%.
So what do you say to the people that watched you make
let's see, very good answer to this question. Let's see.
How does it feel for you in your seat where your team's saying, hey, shut up, don't bring this up, we're going to bring this back in the future and all the answers will be explained? How does it feel knowing that you couldn't speak up in time and now you look like this villain? And no disrespect, you look like a piece of shit to the people that are like, yo, fuck this guy sitting on millions of dollars, always trying to get attention, and now he doesn't give a fuck about us, so he's not going to speak out about it until this other fucking dude's going to speak out, and now this cocksucker is going to talk now.
Great question. Very good question. The answer is fucking heartbreaking, George. I'll get emotional even speaking about it right now, but this is what broke me. People relied on me to create a project, and when shit wasn't working out and I found out the extent of just how bad things were behind the scenes, I had to rely on my team. I crumbled internally, and the advice was, while actual legal process was going on because of criminal investigation taking place at CoffeeZilla.
See, this confirms that he probably went to his lawyer, and his lawyer's like, holy shit, bro, you were trying to commit a pump and dump scheme. Let's go to the Attorney General's office and see if we can fucking do something. The Attorney General's office said, okay, don't sell any of those coins and don't say anything. And then he decided, and his reply, instead of saying this logical thing where he could have told people, yeah, the Attorney General's office is involved in this. We're going to check in what's going on. I'm going to fucking make sure justice is served. We're going to make everyone whole. He decides, that guy reported on this case. I'm going to sue him. And also I'm going to act indignant and angry that people are questioning my integrity after I kept my mouth shut for a year and a half and been part of 6 or 7 pump and dump schemes. Okay, let's hear him.
Highlighted in his series, I had to stay silent. And for a fucking year,
he is a liar.
I'm hounding Jeff. How do we make this right? What's the status
Jeff the Rat?
But they don't see that. They don't see that. That's crazy.
The engineer stole the code.
How is he stealing the code if you never paid him? You never paid him the money. You offered him $1 million. He had the code. Then you did not pay him the money. Theft is when you buy something and someone takes it away from you illegally. You never bought the product. You fucking idiot.
Was hired by a fucking con man, a guy that I found
We might
out
have to speed up.
Let's
speed up the video.
Not just a guy that I had trusted,
because
a guy that billionaires had trusted, a guy that fooled the Mormon Church and the New York Yankees.
Guy you hired.
1 + 1 = fucking 2. I get that. And the advisor, again, that I trusted was selling against my buyers, people that actually wanted to play this game. It was like a mountain.
Guy you hired
that collapsed one after the other. This massive forest fire will come up. Investigation going on. It is best to stay silent at this moment.
I was with you when you found out, and I saw how like your face turned white and you slid up against the fridge when you found out. I was there, so that's why I could boldly with my chest out be like, bro, I watched when this guy found the news. But fuck CoffeeZilla, fuck you. No joke. What do we do for the people that were fucked?
I and my team, Jeff, and I'd like you to sit in, Jeff.
Jeff the Rat sitting in.
And have been working to make this game, and that's part of the solution. Deliver the fucking project, right? And that's never stopped. There have been massive road bumps and massive obstacles along the way, but that was always the prerogative. CoffeeZilla making the series or not. The game's being made. He just assumed we gave up on it, which is not true. However, the answer is yes, George. I'm not a fucking scammer. I have the best intentions, and I will make this right for the people who believe.
Look at Jeff the Rat. Look at Jeff the Rat here. Fucking Jeff the Rat. But anyway,
all of this and making this right. And for a year, I was told I couldn't say anything. And then CoffeeZilla series came out, and I fucking called you guys. I said, I'm making a statement. I don't give a fuck. Yep. I spent days writing this thing.
He spent days
figuring out how I could poke the obvious holes in CoffeeZilla's defamation and arguments and manipulation of this story, because at the end of the day, he told a story. Some of it's true, some of it's not. I don't know what to believe from his stuff. I don't know what not to believe. I found out stuff. I found out things watching his series. Like, dude, I was at the airport when I watched the part where he said Jake's had stolen.
Of course,
I
was like, what?
$6 million. I don't know if that's true or not, but I knew he was a bad actor, hence why we kicked him off the fucking team immediately when we found out he was only in it for the money.
Prerogatives, yeah. Things fucking fell apart from Zach to trying to find new devs.
Well, if you're sitting there saying you learned some shit from CoffeeZilla on one hand, and on the other hand, you're gonna say, Logan, you're a fucking idiot.
That's gonna look really good for your defamation. Like,
right?
There are two aspects of defamation. One is a lie. The second is malicious intent. So basically, you have to prove that he maliciously lied to hurt your reputation. If the stuff in the video is true and you acknowledge it's true, and you acknowledge he does not have malicious intent to tell lies, you have no defamation. This is a frivolous lawsuit that you're threatening, and you're planning on suing in the worst state possible for a defamation suit, even if it's like super tough to win a defamation. And you're going to be hit with an anti-slap motion, and you're going to have to pay for Coffee's all his legal fees. And also, you open yourself up to discovery. So he can ask you he could demand all your financial records and your everything. Everything will be given to CoffeeZilla. And he can just fucking go to town on all the information that you give him. You're a fool. And then he could ship it. You know what he could do? He could ship that shit straight to the SEC. He could ship all the boxes of it to the SEC and get you completely fucked over. Fucking moron. Jeff the fucking Rat's gonna pretend now.
Our first lead dev couldn't perform, and then realizing that now there's an investigation going on.
But it's also you have to understand that it's not simple. I mean, he's trying to bridge the gap here between protecting his client, protecting a project that he's been a part of, getting out whatever information is possible. I've said this a million times. The internet loves to oversimplify very fucking complex issues.
On top of the complex issue that we dealt with, which were issues with people, the blockchain technology and this is something that's brand new, and what Logan ideated in his head of a really cool idea is actually somewhat complex.
Which is, by the way, hard for me to swallow.
Okay,
And I have a vision and an idea of these things, and then I say, Jeff, here's what I want to make. Here's what I want to do. And then people are put in place to attempt to make that happen. And when it was found out that either A, they had ill intent, or B, were incapable of doing it, and then shit really hit the fan, what do I do? What do I do?
I actually have an answer for that. When you're on the top rope at WWE and you're going like this after a crazy show and the audience is going crazy, when you're bringing Prime into the table and people are drinking it, being like, how the fuck is this product this good? When you're doing these absolute, like, we're watching.
Way to fucking kiss his ass, you fucking
Don't
moron.
bring the WWE into this, you dumb fuck.
Prime, such a great drink. You're really doing great, man. You're really great, man. Like, fucking
Seeing a
jeez.
superhero kill these side quests day after day after day after day. None of these quests would be completed without your team. And when you win, we celebrate together. What I need this team to start doing is when you guys take a dip, you got to stop pointing the fingers at each other.
When all this broke, when we were in Qatar.
Oh my God. This is the part that got me. Let me slow this part up because if anything, we need to listen to this part. If anything.
Product is good. When you're doing these absolute, like, we're watching a superhero kill these side quests day after day after day after day, none of these quests would be completed without your team. And when you win, we celebrate together.
We celebrate.
What I need this team to start doing is when you guys take a dip, you got to stop pointing the fingers at each other.
When all this broke, when we were in Qatar, I'll kind of remember this. We were in the spa one day, and I saw the pain in your, and this, like I said, this is not going to turn into a fucking victim thing. I just want to point this out. I saw this pain in your face, bro, and this like emptiness in your fucking eyes when all this was breaking. And I remember thinking to myself, having been through a couple things very minor in comparison to the ones you've gone through and are going through now, where I was railroaded by the internet on something that just simply wasn't true. I've been through a chunk of shit in my life, but I honestly don't know if I recall feeling like that. The feeling of not being able to
Oh my
say,
God, I
"Yo,
don't care.
Oh, guys, feel bad for him. He's in a bathhouse in Qatar.
And this is the thing. There was about $6 or $7 million lost. Logan Paul's net worth is $45 million. Why don't you be a fucking man? Pay the people who invested, the normal people, your fans, your supporters, pay them back and say, I'm going to take the L this time.
Yes,
man.
yes.
I
Ellie,
would respect you so much more if you just took the fucking L.
He's not going to
and paid
take the
people
L
back.
because that would admit a liability if he paid them. And Ellie, did he say in the spa in Qatar? Yes. He just tried to play the victim.
It's
while,
like the
he's in
Donald
spa.
Trump thing. It's like the Donald Trump thing of, yeah, my father gave me a small loan of $1 million. Shut the fuck up.
Like,
I'm not gonna feel bad for you. I was in a spa when I found out. Oh my god!
No. He was in a spa in Qatar.
Yes, I'm not gonna feel bad for you. I'm not gonna feel bad for somebody who has a net worth of $45 million.
You're sitting here claiming that you lost all this money, and we really feel bad. And you're like, well, I was in the spa in Qatar. I saw you feel really bad about the money that's lost from these people. Like, okay. Yeah, that's why I'm laughing so much, because he says, let's just listen to it one more time. I mean, let's just.
This is not what happened. You guys have it wrong, even though you and everyone around you knows that you're being fucked and being railroaded by an incomplete or unsubstantiated story. Is one of the most painful fucking things in the entire world.
The reason why it's incomplete is because Logan hasn't finished it. Logan hasn't. That's in his control.
What would be more painful? You not being able to feed your children, or losing your house, or feeling really bad in a spa in Qatar?
I mean, that's basically everything we said.
How is feeling bad the worst thing in the world? Like, I've heard a lot worse things in the world, like your kid dying, losing your house, not being accused of being a scammer. Okay, you piece of shit.
It's
where
terrible.
Where Coffee fucked up is by targeting me as some malicious, evil supervillain.
He didn't just target you. He targeted a bunch of people.
Yeah,
it wasn't just about you. You were just the fucking headline, man. You were just the fucking headline, but he targeted even the backup dancers. So sit the fuck down.
Yeah, you were the clown that got duped by a bunch of scammers, And he also basically highlighted that fact that you're an idiot.
And told the story without vilifying me. Regardless, we're still making this right. But in my opinion, that's where it got twisted and hurt the most. Dude, I'm sitting in the seat solely because of my fans. I love them. I'll take any picture you want. Unless I'm at dinner, so I want to roll.
Oh, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
I don't
Logan
want
Paul.
to. Okay, we're not listening to any more.
Wait,
of
this
still...
one moment. He calls him a rat. Let me see.
He hurts that pretty good at his job had an agenda.
I think this is
posting online was tainted by this dude who had an agenda. Who is normally. I was talking to Jake about this.
See that
me because original and so plan moving forward in the evidence. So what he did is so swear. But he's very smart. Go join my Patreon. We're gonna.
Okay, this is where he pisses off.
Middle opponent of that, my behalf, by pointing the finger. He did the research, and I do thank CoffeeZilla speak about.
Hey, like, why don't you just
knows it's because he can't lie to me? Nation lawsuit. That is he gets the shit out of this and put people who have lost here on a pillar and highlight them.
Okay, this is the last part we're gonna listen to.
He's probably going to. He's good. He's very good. But part 6 is the more he says and the more he continues to spread this misinformation that this was any sort of con or scam, the more I have for the lawsuit that I am filing. The defamation lawsuit. That is fucking happening because this is wrong. This is fucking wrong. And there's a reason. There's a reason he won't come on the show. And he knows it's because he can't lie to me with his chest out while sitting in front of me.
And saying that you are a scammer. You are.
Dog. What about the people that say, like, why don't you just do it live on his platform?
I am not feeding into this anymore on his shit because he did not change the course of my direction at all. He happened to make this series. It's not changing what we have been doing and are doing behind the scenes.
Yeah.
What he did do is got me to speak about it. And I'm actually grateful for that.
I was about to say, this is kind of like a good light because
I'm actually grateful for that.
Yeah.
I do thank CoffeeZilla for shining a light on.
That just killed your fucking defamation claim. You're thanking him. That's really fucking fantastic.
What even he highlighted and made in his year's worth of research and 3-part series is that this situation is so fucked, so beyond fucked. You can make an entire documentary out of it. In fact, he did. But now I'm in a place where I actually do have to thank him for shining light on this. He just messed up by pointing the finger 100% at me and saying that there was any sort of fraud or scam.
He didn't. He pointed it at all of you.
Why'd you block him on Twitter?
It's like a little gnat. It's like a little fucking annoying gnat or scam taking place in Denver.
This is what also pissed me off. His reaction. I'm like, this was edited, but this is the thought process.
Taking place in Denver, just taking place on my behalf.
Why did you block him on Twitter?
It's like a little gnat. It's like a little fucking annoying gnat. It bothers me.
Oh, a gnat.
He's the most formidable opponent I've had. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, like he doesn't like people questioning him being a fucking piece of shit scammer, so he blocks them.
The guy's good. He's
very smart.
He's very smart. He manipulates and twists the truth just the way he wants to get his people to believe a certain thing. He's good. I think it's marketing in a way, hiding behind the veil of I don't make money off this platform. I'm doing God's work. I'm doing justice. By the way, go sign up for my Patreon. Go join my Patreon. We're gonna see the behind the scenes of my $10 million.
Well, that's what you fucking do when you own a So stupid. You're plugging in your Prime drink everywhere.
Yeah, like
you can't plug in. But CoffeeZilla plugs in his Patreon, and you're having a fucking conniption. You fucking spoiled little brat. Shut the fuck up.
You literally have the drinks on the table. You're advertising drinks in your apology video.
It's so fucking stupid.
Like, bro, what the fuck? And then he's mad about like, yeah, you should make money on YouTube if you're spending a year to make a documentary.
You got $10 million? Where did that money come from?
He actually believes that CoffeeZilla has a $10 million studio.
No, he doesn't. It's all fucking green screens. You fucking idiot. This is why the Photoshop people took advantage of you, and you had to pay $1 million to pay for them for Adobe Photo Stock photos. It's all green screen. He just knows he has a good editor. You fucking stupid.
I don't think so. How?
Yes.
I think he might be saying that sarcastically.
Or he rented it.
So you're saying he embellished or like rounded up?
No, I think he just says it sarcastic.
He rounded out that number?
No.
Like, is he just delusional that he thinks people have $10 million to spend on the studio?
It's
stupid.
in his descriptions on his Patreon, which I joined.
Yes, he joined his Patreon for $5. He's a big spender. And then he was kicked off his Patreon, which is hilarious, actually.
He refunded him.
It's actually funny. He said
that's funny, but you're a little bitch and you fucking blocked him on your Twitter.
Yeah, so this is Logan Paul's self-immolation in front of millions of people. This guy literally fucked over his fans, and yeah, I mean, like I hope this guy goes to jail. I will be very happy. I hope. I mean, I can only hope, man. You
can hope, but he's not gonna. He's not even gonna. Nothing's gonna change. I promise you, nothing's gonna change.
Yeah, I mean, this guy literally scammed all his audience members. It's disgusting. It really is disgusting. It pissed me off. It really did, because I'm sitting here and I'm listening to all these people who lost tens of thousands of dollars. Their and their lives are completely fucked over. And it's not like they got into a speculative market that was geared. This was set up to fail in the beginning. This would eventually have failed. The only difference is it failed quickly. Maybe that's the only good news here, that it actually failed so quickly that more people couldn't get involved in it. But he planned on making this giant crypto project that would fail and cost everyone millions and millions of dollars, while he enriched himself even further. When do you have enough money, Logan? When can you stop putting money into your fucking pockets and stop fucking over your fans and people around you?
He doesn't care about that. He has no moral compass.
Yeah,
He
maybe
has
that's
no moral compass. So he's not going to have no guilt on this. All he's trying to do is a light damage control, throw his power around so he feels like he has the last laugh. But I promise you, he doesn't have the last laugh. I promise you, he's going to fail.
Yeah. I hope he actually does sue, because then we can live stream it and see him get fucking destroyed in court. And then we could see him basically get the SEC fucking arrest him. Because when you do that, when this discovery happens and Coffee gets the discovery, it's going to be the most hilarious thing. It's going to be like you self-immolated yourself. This was a terrible response. His response was garbage. His podcast is garbage. His drink is garbage. He's a garbage human being. All these people are garbage human beings. I can't believe that guy with the beard. He's like, I'm a Christian. Yeah, okay, bro. You're hanging around with a guy who's literally the devil. He's literally destroying people's lives for the sake of pennies on the dollar. Like, just destroying people's lives. I think it's like a game. It's becoming a game at this point. Like, bro, you're worth $45 million. Why?
Because he can. That's why. The more people get away with shit, the more they're gonna do it.
Yeah, and then you're gonna sue, CoffeeZilla and then thank him. Your defamation case is over. There's nothing you got. But you know what? Bring your frivolous bullshit lawsuit to CoffeeZilla and watch how you're gonna fucking regret it. And I hope you regret it. I hope you actually go to jail. If I had my way in this world, you'd go to jail for 10 years. 10 years. You, Jeff would go to jail. Eddie would go to jail, and Crypto King would go to jail. Each of you for 10 years as an example of how not to fuck over the little man with your bullshit crypto projects, because it's disgusting. You people are disgusting. And then you pretend to be on the left. You pretend to be on the working man's side. You pretend to be caring about like people of different ethnicities. You pretend to care about the LGBTQ community. You're full of shit. You're absolutely full of shit. Unbelievable. You're the worst type of person, Logan. You're worse than the fucking actual fucking people who are hate mongers. At least they're fucking honest and don't pretend. You're like the worst of them. Absolutely the worst. Disgusting human being. I hope you go to jail. Anyway, you have
that's tonight's show. And that's tonight's final thought. And Logan, I just think you're a crybaby. You're spoiled. And I don't think you really care about your fans. I think you only care about yourself. And that's my opinion. And sue me.
Yeah, really disgusting. I'm disgusted by this man. That's why I'm so angry. I mean, like, this guy is the worst. He's worse than any person I think, like, honestly, he's really fucking terrible. Anyway, that's it, man.
All right. Thank you all for joining tonight's show. We will be back on Monday, hopefully, with something new, something different. And were you gonna
yeah, I was just saying, I was just agreeing with you. That's all. Sorry.
Okay. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank everybody, for rewatching and showing your support. Y'all have a good week and keep safe out there.
Bye.